See the chat from here, that's fine. I don't need a message in chat, I don't think. Damn, I have to log in for that too? I keep OBS open just so I have something to listen to, sing, maybe. Dang, it's just lagging like horrible. Oh shit. I don't know why it's lagging that bad, but it's lagging horribly. Um, wait for a second. Yeah, before I continue, I'm trying to fix. Um, I'm back. I hope everything's fixed now. Yeah, everything looks fixed. Definitely a lot better than before. Alright. I'm actually gonna rename that the stream. Alright, I fixed everything. Hey, Heather. Yeah, I fixed the stream now. There was an issue with bitrate. Okay. Everything should be fixed. I comment this out because it's practically experimental. I will put you in my other monitor. Plenty of sets on the up as well. I'm gonna open up Switchball for 2 seconds. I have to plug that in. Who invited me on Steam? This guy. Are you gonna hear audio for like 2 seconds and probably you're gonna see a video? That's just me loading Switchball. I'm also in a lot of pain. Well, not much. Was in pain. That pain is now gone because what I had to deal with is over with. Hey, thanks for asking that question, Heather. The coding is for. The coding is for a game. Oh crap, Blender's up there. I have to drag it under. Because order matters. So you should see the game like right around. Okay, I'm gonna put the game over here in this corner. Oh, so thanks for asking that question, Heather. So the code is for a switch ball. Oh, the code is a level editor. That's what I'm basically making. And the add-on for Blender, I'm basically just using Blender as a tool to play. Yeah, I'm basically using Blender as a tool to make said add-on. Oh, that's not focused properly. Can I just pin this to like the side of the screen? Or no. Pre-scaling. Is there no snapping? I don't think there is snapping in Oh, that's because the window's too big. I'm gonna shorten this window. Okay, now I see the full screen. So now I place that down here in the bottom and there is snapping. It only snaps to the sides, not the bottom or top. What is this thing? Oh, that's to rotate it. It doesn't have to be too perfect. Yeah, the add-on is pretty much a tool. Basically what I'm deciding to do is this game has no real custom level support. Okay, I'm gonna show you the whole history of this game, or like what I'm doing when I finally like figure out where that post is and when I set everything up. But basically, I'm making a level editor for this game that you see right here. And how am I gonna publicize it or show it to the world or let other people use it? Well, I don't know how to make my own program just yet. So instead, I decided to use an already existing one. I decided to use Blender to make this for me, to help distribute this, basically. The game crashed, no wonder. Yeah, you're probably gonna expect that little window to hang here on this switchball logo for a while. A little over a while. It'll take some time. The game is what? Sorry, I can't see that chat bar. Oh, the game is very loud compared to me. Thanks for letting me know. I'll reiterate what I was saying before. Basically, this game doesn't have custom level support or really any sort of modding support to make new levels, and no one's ever thought of writing something like this. So I kind of just looked at the code and I thought, hey, I could probably rewrite this if I learn Python. Well, I kind of knew a bit of Python, so I got into Blender here, and I don't know how to make my own program. So I got into Blender and just wrote this in Python, and I've just been making it for a while. I just wanted to show progress here on the stream. And then we might play some games. But pretty much what I'm coding here is the level editor that you see in the back there. And the game will be overlaid here in the bottom left. But pretty much the Blender add-on is for like redistribution, so I can distribute this to others. And you guys get to see me make some of the source code here. Some parts of this add-on are already like complete. I'm probably not going to touch that, and that will be the compiler half. Until I decide to add more objects in, because you have to add everything manually. Yeah, the game died and crashed and burned. One person commented on this. Oh, that was my comment. I updated that. Shoot, let me check out and find that original post that I made, or that I was writing. Probably find it in on my profile. No, I'm not gonna find it there. IMGUI or something like that to make programs like Dark Souls randomizer where it has its own window and you can choose multiple stuff. Yeah, you're correct. They would use IMGUI and something like that. Um, However, I'm not gonna do that. I've messed around with IMGUI in the past for like hacking, uh, game modification purposes, but um, I'm not gonna mess around with that. I would actually use a program that's already existing instead of like making my own. Because right now we're kind of at a, well, we're not at a point, but people who make their own programs, people usually skeptical of the integrity of the program itself and how reliable it is at, well, being safe for people to use. So that's why I'm using an existing program like Blender, because I can package this into an add-on. And then not everyone needs to be tech savvy to use this add-on. And hopefully there won't be any confusion like, hey, is this thing legit? Because it's literally just a Blender add-on. Um, but I also am aware that even add-ons have their own insecurity and skepticality to them, with the fact that people don't always trust those as well. Because technically, if you're writing a Python program, you can do anything you want. This also kind of extends to Blender, and that's why every update of Blender they fix some issues. So that means I have to make this scalable so it works on every version of Blender. Well, not every, but most modern versions. I know there's probably something I subscribe to. Like, there's probably a forum I had subscribed to in the past. Snowflake particle issue. Post history. Cast. Oh, good. That's great. I can find my whole post history. So I can find out exactly where I commented about making a add-on for Switchball. Dang, that's wild. Markiplier's hair is gone. He made a video titling "My hair is gone." Hopefully he's doing okay. Succubus repo unturned. I was in the unturned comment section in 2025. That's wild. Because I only played that game for like 2 days and then got off it. I'm gonna start coding soon. I just want to show the original, well, not the original. I want to show the source that I'm going off of. The comment I'm gonna show you didn't give me the original idea. I had the original idea, and then I just found the comment like recently and made a follow up on that comment. This is 22. Yes, Switchball HD. Is there a shortcut? What is your clock's time on PC? What am I asking about? Uh, I think I have to go back further than that. If any of you know who's good at setting up servers and stuff. Okay, this makes more sense. I'm gonna go over to here. I don't think anyone really doesn't make modding so hard. I have so many ideas that I'd like to do for people to do, and it's just very hard as no one mods those games. Yeah, pretty much. I'm modding a game that no one has ever touched. The same, I feel you with that. Where did I hear that the guy is in general discussion? It's somewhere in here, isn't it? I know it's somewhere in here. Maybe modding or app editor. Level editor. AE. Yes, okay. We have the official comment from AE Stefan. AE stands for Atomic Elbow, so it's literally a dev of the place. So I'm gonna show my screen for like 2 seconds because I can't see it over there. Well, technically I can. I'm gonna show it over there. So yeah, this is their comment right here. It says A7. I just remember like surfing this up like out of nowhere. Will multiplayer be added to it? And I was just reading all these comments. But yeah, I'm just gonna read this whole page because it seems relevant. And I did try contacting someone who knows how to make networking in games, but they said they're not gonna touch this game because they want me to fully dump the game, dump the game's internals before they think about porting multiplayer into this game. Apparently, me making this level editor wasn't enough, sadly, and they don't want to dig into this game themselves, which kind of makes sense. But here's what one of the developers said. There's also another developer in here too. But we'll read from the top. So, hi, we're a small team and need to figure out. Oh, wait, let me read the actual message. Fluffy Quack. This guy, if you go on his Twitter, he's the main modder. Like he's, I messaged him and everything, and he's made like mods for other games, but he's not gonna touch this game, sadly. So he says, "Will multiplayer be added to it?" Question mark. He says, "Nice to see Switchball being ported to PC. It's been quite a few years since I played it, but I remember liking it on Xbox Live Arcade. I noticed there are no mentions of multiplayer on store page. Any chance this will be patched into the PC port?" So what he means by that question there, any chance this will be patched into the PC port? The old game on Xbox Live Arcade and also PS3. I never knew this game existed on PlayStation, but it did. And I have a port of it on our PCS3. Your window cut off. Yeah, he is. He's very known. But yeah, pretty much. The game had multiplayer on Xbox and PlayStation. When it got ported to PC, this remake in like 2022, 2021-ish, people noticed that there's no multiplayer button on the game. I actually made a post in artwork that, oh no, screenshots, that brings it back and shows like proof that it's working. The button works, but the multiplayer in game doesn't, sadly. So I can hit multiplayer, I can join a lobby with someone, but I can't hit play to start the map. They just won't start the map together. It won't start at all. But here are their answers, and here are some of their questions and things that got me going. Well, got me fired to make this, continue this. Hi, we're a small team and need to figure out where to focus our efforts to do the right stuff. If this release goes well, and there seems to be a majority demand for multiplayer, then there's a chance. Guess what? There was a majority demand for multiplayer. And they kind of didn't deliver. Sadly. So he says, nice to see Switchball being ported to PC. Well, the original came out in 2007 on PC. But I guess I'm just a hair splitter here. He is referring to the old build that no one plays anymore. Just use Steam's own servers multiplayer mods. That is true, but here, I think with this game, because this game is not made in Unity or Unreal Engine, so this game isn't made in something where you can just open up the game in Unity or Unreal Engine and then add in Steam's own multiplayer framework or mod. No, this game was made in its own engine, with its own model format. So the models that you're gonna see in game when I show you them, they're not like an OBJ file that you can put into Blender. Sadly. Yeah, so that's why this guy, Fluffy Quack, I reached out to him. He said, hey, it's cool that you're making custom levels and things. And then you reached out to me for multiplayer, but I can't touch multiplayer because the game has to be dumped, like all the signals and everything. Because the game has to be reworked from the ground up for multiplayer. They just gutted the whole entire system of multiplayer for the game. Let's continue this. Fluffy, are you prepared to... Oh, Fluffy, are you preparing a mod to replace the balls with Thomas the Engine or something? Big fans of your work. Sadly, that's not possible. Not with this current version of the game. So making a mod to replace models, that won't happen in this current version of the game because the models are a different format. And it's literally called .aem, which means Atomic Elbow Model. I can't touch that, and I can't mess with them. The game just won't let me put it into Blender and work with that model and then re-outsource it. The older versions of the game had a .x model, which is DirectX. So at one point this game was just using DirectX, but then they switched to their own engine, and then they reported this whole game, and yeah. What do you think would be most fun? What do you think would be the most fun thing to add? And here he's giving you an either or. So what I'm doing with this whole like stream, proof of concept, and mod eventually, or add-on, is I'm making a level editor. It's not going to be an in-game level editor, but it's going to be a level editor. So I'm making this. I'm going to reach out to AE Stefan, or maybe even Mr. T, and then see, hey, if they can just add multiplayer support to this. Because they still go on. They're still active developers. The last game they made was in 2024 or 2023. Very recent. So multiplayer support or an in-game level editor? No promises here. Just curious what you think. So he's kind of clickbaiting everyone. He's rage baiting everyone basically. But I'm gonna make the level editor for multiplayer. The whole community, which is just me right now, because I don't know who else is modding the hell out of this game. I don't know how to make multiplayer support happen. Personally, I'd love both, but a level editor would be really awesome. Then we could share levels with friends, maybe even via Steam Workshop, and that would be kind of multiplayer, wouldn't it? He's not wrong on this. Hi Stefan, I bought Switch Ball when it initially came out in 2007 and enjoyed it immensely. I was so happy to see it. It's been released in HD. It looks beautiful. I would like to take his opportunity to thank you, this opportunity, as well as the rest of Atomic Elbow team for re-releasing this true classic in HD. I must say, without a doubt, an in-game level editor is an absolute must, and they're not going to add it, so I'm going to make one. Not in games though. It would truly take Switchball to another level, and he's not wrong about that. There's already ideas I have in mind, with some of the caveats that I learned when remaking this and stuff. But you can make dropper, like the Minecraft dropper. It will not take long at all for fans to start making fantastic, interesting, intricate, and challenging levels. True. Really fantastic to see what sort of levels people would come up with, that's true, which could then be shared with other fans, therefore giving Switchball longevity as well as a real sense of community. Right now, the community is dead, so I'm making the level editor to basically bring back the community, if I can. Because there was a Switchball Reddit, and the Reddit actually got removed, like it just got straight up deleted. Switchball would certainly have a very bright and exciting future, true. I, as well as many others, would love to see this implemented. I just put words into his mouth. I, as well as many others, I am sure would love to see this be implemented, and I do hope that this will be possible. Yes, many thanks for time to read this, as it really means a lot to me. I completely agree with Felix above me. A level editor is a must and would keep players engaged for years. Come. I personally would never play multiplayer, so I don't care about it. That's honestly, in some ways, it's kind of valid. Because there's only two game modes in Switchball. You're either racing against each other, or there are multiplayer specific maps where you're both like helping each other out with like checkpoints and things. Hi Felix, we're glad you're enjoying this. Thanks for feedback. That's true. A level editor could bring a kind of multiplayer aspect to it if you can share levels, which is true. Many cool possibilities there. It could be awesome. Hey Stefan. No, I don't know. So he's asking. Basically, Stefan, he's like you, Heather. He's asking this in a sense of, will I make this soon, or will I just let them think about it and maybe make it on their own? Because I don't know where he is as a developer. If he's a developer of the game itself, or if he's just like a manager, community manager, you know? How about level editor for making multiplayer levels? Again, multiplayer doesn't exist. But this is Fluffy Quack speaking. Seriously though, either feature sounds good to me. He had praised me on the level editor, but multiplayer, for him it's a maybe. He'd be down to do it, only if I were to somehow crack the source code. Seriously though, either feature sounds good to me. I'm curious if it's something you can talk about. What work is required to implement multiplayer? The game had netcode on Xbox Live Arcade, so I assume a lot of netcode can be reused. That is true. I actually looked into IDA, and there is some things that can be reused. We just have no idea how to activate it or re-implement it. Would a new networking library have to be implemented? I don't know if they originally used some kind of Xbox exclusive library. Adding matchmaking via Steamworks is something I assume would need to be done. And he's right on that, but I think that this half already exists in the game. Because I remember checking the game files, and there's literally already code references of this in Cheat Engine and in IDA, referring to the Steam API. Because I was able to get the button working and connect with my laptop. I just couldn't play the actual game with my laptop. Hi, Fluffy Clack, you're correct. We have our own network code, our own netcode in the engine, only using platform-specific code for lobby, matchmaking, etc. So Mr. T just blew the lid off of everything, as well as me kind of digging back. This was a few months ago, but I dug back in a few months ago and found some of this stuff referenced in the code. I looked into it. He has looked into it. And if we decide to release multiplayer for Steam, we have to rewrite most of the netcode, utilize Steam's native multiplayer support. Our old netcode is not up to date. Could be done. We will see in time. So what he just said is it's a potential maybe. It's 2026. We're not getting the netcode. Face the facts. But he did say that there's old netcode in this game that's not up to date. I was able to connect to my laptop using the old netcode, but I could not play the game. The server wouldn't let me. I couldn't load into a map. The only thing I could do was switch the game modes and join my laptop. If I hit play, it would just disconnect. And then here he says a love letter would be fantastic. It's one of the things I've always wanted to have. I've wanted this game to have since I played it like 14 years ago. But it would need to be a proper one, i.e. with all the features you used, so all current levels can be recreated with it. And that's where I'm going with this idea, with this level editor that I'm making in the back, in Blender. I'm making it so that all current levels can be recreated with it, including some things that can't be recreated with it, like the main menu. Because the main menu is funny. You have zero control over your character, over your ball, and instead it's just a camera pointed at something in the background. And so I have to re-implement that camera class object because that's how the level was made. So I have to put that back in the Blender. And here he says, I remember on Xbox there's a co-op mode. Why not here? True. I would love to have a local split screen multiplayer. I miss this. I miss playing this game with my brother. Right, now I can close this window out. Let me read your comment because I wasn't paying attention. Seamless co-op from Elden Ring. It's funny. Yeah, I wish Let It Die had that. Oh, I'm in so much pain. Right, back to here. I'm gonna start coding. It took me. So yeah. And that guy, the guy who wants it to be like 100% correct, it's fine for him to want perfection and yearn for that. But for me, that kind of can't happen with this level editor that's not in the game. Um, because apparently like one object is broken. I can't I can't manually get this object to spawn in the game properly. It will just break, and then everything else with it will break as well. Like platforms will just not exist, and so the code just breaks when I try to read the gyrocopter, which is a cool looking object. I'll show you later on. You'll see it in an official level that I load up. But right here, I'm pretty much just trying to fix these items. So I'm gonna load the level up one at a time and see what breaks. Yeah, it sounds really broken. I have two play hater though. Like they can hurt. Like too. Yeah. Or when when two players are connected, just disable like haters from spawning into the level. And then also disable hunters from hunting the player who has his friend connected. Uh, did I open the level right? Okay, I'm gonna compile the level like as it is right now. Well, I mean, it would be better to take away the feature as like a quality of life thing. It's better to not have it than to have it and then have people complaining about it, you know? That's also why when I fully release this level editor, I'm gonna have to make a compromise. I'm gonna have to not allow this game object to be read and placed into the editor than to have it exist and then everyone's level breaks. Because if I place it in and it gets read right now, when someone actually plays the level, the gyrocopter is gonna spawn this circle here at 0, 0, and then every single one of these platforms are gonna disappear and not exist, and then you won't be able to spawn in on a solid surface, and it'll just keep falling forever. That's what happens if I allow this object to exist. So I'm gonna just not release it, so people don't complain about it later. Um. Ugh. I also wish there was a way to multi-line comment in Python, but that's not a thing. Or if that is a thing, let me know, because I have no idea how to multi-line comment. Basically, multi-line comment is like this. You'll add like two like comments, maybe with a symbol or a prefix in between, and then everything else that you write would also be commented like in between automatically. I have no idea how to write that in Python. So I'm writing a single line comment here. And if you look throughout like some of this code base, not up here. Wait, maybe up here. Yeah, if you look through some of this code base, it's just this, like a bunch of comments. I'm probably gonna be tasting blood soon. I have a piercing and it hurts like hell. I just got it pierced recently. Oh, I'm going too far down. I think the level's good right now. I hope. So I'm just gonna compile this level. Yeah, I could just Google it. So I'm gonna open this level here. Great, my explorer died. Common issues of having Windows 10. Hopefully this doesn't happen too much. I'm gonna keep Task Manager open just in case. Oh, and then while we're on the topic, I'm gonna go back to the main window for a second. I'm learning Java. I'm watching like a 12-hour tutorial or whatever. It's because I'm learning like the full rundown of Java, so I can actually make Hightail mods. Cause you see how, as you see down here, I have Hightail installed. And I bought the game also using my friend's code, supporter code. But yeah, you're gonna see over here that the level structure, is not going to look like whatever programming language you know. It's written in its own weird language. Well, no, it's an extension of um XTML. No, it's a weird. So HTML is a hypertext markup language. This is a different markup language or some derivative that's kind of like HTML, but it's not HTML. I forgot the exact name, but they both originated from a previous predecessor, which had a different name. You can find that out. Um, oh, I'd have to post a link. But I'll send you the link later, and you can find like lore and stuff about this game in my server. It's a modding Discord server related to this game. Because I made that server to kind of have a community and following for when I make this level editor, so that the game can grow again and prosper. But yeah, this is the level. This is how it's gonna look. I had to write this in my own way. Uh, and that is by ordering things around manually. So right now the spawn points are always gonna spawn first, and the platforms are always gonna spawn last. Unless I change that. But pretty much how I work with this is I generate a file called custom level, and then I just go in and replace like Skyworld with that type of level. And then eventually my idea is I'm going to make their own like world theme in Blender and the skybox and everything, and put all of that into Blender. And then if you make your level and you mess up, but you want to play the original level, you can just press a button and it'll actually grab everything from this original level here. This is not original. And restore the game to how it used to be. Eh, Let me know if there's something on screen that can't be seen properly, or if there's any clarification. Um, Also, it's like 6:23 right now. I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna play a game in the next hour for like 30 minutes, and then we'll get back to coding just to unwind. But yeah, so the custom level, I just put it into Skyworld 2. So if I load up the second world of Skyworld, it will load up this custom level, pretty much. I don't know why, but I don't. Okay, it's here. Not a gigahertz, which I don't know much. Mostly the idea person. Well, we could learn, you know? Getting into coding is not that bad. Like, I'm trying to learn how to make mods for Hightail. But before I can do that, like make good mods, I have to learn Java first. So guess what? I just put on a 12-hour Java learning video, and I'm gonna learn Java. If I have a dream or an idea, oh damn it. If I have a dream or an idea, I will make it. I will learn it and make it and get through it. Okay, so the level spawns perfectly, normal. The only issue is simple. We don't have checkpoints or anything useful. Oh, by the way, I technically don't have to close the game out whenever I'm loading a level. Hmm? Learning disabilities, so I'm unable to retain most information or even understand them. I have a learning disability too. I have Asperger's, but they call it autism now. Um, but that doesn't really stop me. I kind of just try really hard to force it into me. And yeah, I will sometimes forget something. It is hard to retain information. Just practice makes perfect, really. Yeah, so there's solid ground. I just don't have checkpoints. I also don't have a gyrocopter, so I have no way to spawn in properly. I'm gonna keep falling. I'm gonna fix that, but I don't need to close the game out. I can actually just alt tab because um the game just loads the level data when it needs it. So right now, because this level's not open, it's not loading the data. Hmm. Have you ever tried like reading a book uh, around maintaining information? Well, retaining information. The issue. I'm gonna add crates, and I'm gonna see where things go wrong. So I'm just gonna add these crates. We're gonna reopen the level again. I think the issue is the objects are here. Oh no, this is a normal level, normal size level, 300 objects. I hope, unless I'm missing something. Pulls, a lot of pulls. Checkpoint morphs, crates. Bridge slow. Shit, no, I'm missing some things. I should stop saving the level. Shit, there's an issue. Must be a stream. Not an end. Type. Not non-type. Okay. Crap, what is the checkpoint ID? I don't think it exists, does it? Buffer I is up here. And I have to turn that back into an int. But even then, the issue is it's not getting this ID. Where is it getting the ID? Mm, I run into errors that I simply don't remember existing. Mhm. So the checkpoint ID here should be the player's spawn point checkpoint ID. It's checked again, and then it's declared. Checkpoint ID start, checkpoint ID. Oh, there might not always be a checkpoint. Wait, that's a lie. That is a lie. I have to fix my game again. I have to go back to properties and verify integrity of game files. Damn it. Because I need to see how the original level format worked. That's wrong. There should be more data in here. Related to some things. Okay, this might be the right level. But I don't think it is. I'm gonna remove it for 2 seconds. Because it's open in Blender. It sucks. Now let me open something else then. Like the custom level. Not really. That's funny though, I can't delete it because it's open in Blender. No, it's not. It's not open in Blender. I'm gonna close Blender and reopen Blender. It's broken. Wait, so now it's reloading and reacquired. Yeah. This takes a while, so it's gonna be thinking for a bit. And it's here. This should be everything. Well, almost everything. Yeah, okay, this should be almost everything. Now I need to load the level like this and just see if it works. If it doesn't work, then we probably broke something. I'm gonna load up the game. I'm gonna replace the level. But that is the original level. So now I put in the new level. I go back into the game. Oh, yeah, that's correct. Just about correct. Except for that. I hope he doesn't 100% care about something being not perfect. Wait, where does that one even start? It starts somewhere over here, and I think it just falls off the map. I'm surprised everything works. I also kind of have a deadline for this. So I'm trying to make this before March 19th or March 16th, something like that. Pretty much because that's when Steel Ball Run releases. So I'm trying to time this with the release of Steel Ball Run if I can. Because there is literally a ball in here called Steel Ball. And I want to make a Steel Ball Run meme reference with the Steel Ball. So, like, JoJo fans can, I don't know, hop on this game because there's a Steel Ball in it. I don't know what they'll do with that information, but they'll probably play the game. Yeah, now I want to add more complex things. I want to try. Bump shouldn't have an issue, obviously, because they're not in this level at all. Okay, the other thing I'm going to add are morphs. Because I think I already read up on that. Wait, I think I know why it might be broken. Morphs need multiple objects to work. Same for gyrocopters. I mean, not gyrocopters, the generators. So if I load a morph right now, it might work, it might not work. I have no idea. I'm gonna try and load one though. From the old version. Rotations took forever to implement into this project. I don't want to spend too much time on them here again. Okay, so now I made a few morphs. Oh yeah, these things do need objects in them. Wait, no. Yeah, they do. They do. I'm missing those objects. Oh wait, never mind. I think the compiler takes care of the rest of that. I hit compile and the new level is complete with morphs in there. So now I open up the game again and launch this new level. Ooh, that's an issue. Those also break as well. I do not know what the issue is, but they break. Yikes. So whatever the issue is, it dictates why they don't exist. I'm gonna remove every single thing. Damn it. Wrong one. Wrong file. I'm gonna remove everything except for morphs and platforms. And we'll have one morph existing. Two existing. And no checkpoints either. No waypoints. Just bridges. Because something went horribly wrong there. Okay, you guys have the bug respawn at 0, 0. And I don't have much of an explanation for that. So why? Wait, there can't be two Y values. I think that's what I broke. I'm gonna go back into morphs and fix that if I can. Wait, no, that's not the issue. No, okay, it's a different issue entirely. I'm not sure why, but they just can't coexist together. I have platforms, and I have morphs, and then inside those morphs I have the bars. The object is closed off properly, like how it should be. But the only issue is the morph, that's the issue. It still exists that way. Also, it's flat for some reason. Is that why? Is that why it's broken? I don't think so. That might be why it's broken. So y and x, wait, no. That y is normal. Oh, there's a double up. So if I remove this here, it should fix itself. And then I fixed the double. Wait, me ups are there. There's a lot. Oh, okay, there's two rights and two sets of forwards. Oh, I had this issue before. I think I know how I fixed it. Those are rotations. Okay, now everything is fixed. Okay, now I get it. Hey L, what's up? I'm just coding. I fixed an issue. Well, I found the source of the problem. But I don't know where that exists, a code base. Yeah, for the game I got you, I'm working on the level editor. If you scroll back in the stream a bit, you'll see like the developers were teasing like the whole community on if they should make a level edit, an in-game level editor, so people can make and share levels, or if they should add multiplayer support to the game. And they said like no promises, but basically they were just blueballing everyone. They were rage baiting, making everyone believe that it might come out, and gave them that possibility. Yeah. So I'm trying to make the level editor here. Lengthy process. Shit, this is difficult. Okay, let me look at this. So X, Y, Z. I have to backtrack now. Reopen the level. Wait, actually, no, I'm gonna go back a step further. The issue is just that it's making it twice instead of once. which makes sense. Might need to make a fixer for that. Just gonna suck. Oh, this is a compile issue. I have to fix my compiler. Because I open the level and it makes the level perfectly. Seven. Alright, chat, I'm gonna let you guys choose between two different games. In Steam. We're gonna play a Steam game. One of the two for like 30 minutes. Should I play Bloodborne Kart or should I play Dead Island 2? Because I need a bit of a break from this. Oh, never mind. I'll start a poll. Bloodborne Kart is... Oh, no, it's Bloodborne Kart, not Kart. Bloodborne Kart is basically... I'm gonna start the poll in a second. Bloodborne Kart is basically a game where it's like Mario Kart. It's like you're driving, but it takes place in the setting of Bloodborne. So if you know Bloodborne or like Dark Souls, Elden Ring, it's a From Software game, Bloodborne, but they ended up making a fan game out of it, and it's like a racing game. And it has PlayStation 2 styled graphics. I'll end the poll in the next minute. But yeah, it's a pretty chill game. While Dead Island 2 is a zombie game. It lets you recast your vote, doesn't it? It should let you. I'm not sure how these polls work. I've never ran one on a live stream outside of feed, like YouTube feed. or community. Dang, it doesn't let you recast your vote. That sucks. Alright, a minute's up. Although it seems like both of you guys picked Bloodborne card, so we'll stream that. Oh, it's not called Bloodborne card, they call it Nightmare card, but close enough. It's actually a fun game. I love it. I have to plug in my controller for this game. And then I am gonna reconfigure the stream again. No, actually, I'll just change this original window. I'll launch the game. Nightmare cart, where is it? Shit. Six. Oh, here it is. Here's the game. I'm gonna lower it just a bit for the stream. I also love the main menu for this. Like, I could sit on this for hours. Oh yeah, you see the game has PS2 graphics. You can turn off what you want or don't want. Oh, 200's too much. I have to plug in my controller. Having bested Father Gregory, the hunter becomes privy to a shred of insight. Their newfound knowledge illuminate the path forward. The truth of this nightmare means to escape it lies in the old clock tower just beyond the fetid den of slithering serpents, the Forbidden Forest. It's pretty much a story game. It's like Mario Kart. If Mario Kart had a story, and Mario Kart was also shooter, while also being a kart racing game. It's a very interesting game. Very interesting dynamic for a racing game. I don't even know how to power brake, so I'm not gonna try it. I think I failed this level last time. Or maybe I beat this level, I don't know. Yeah, they do give PS1 vibes. Are the game sounds? Oh crap. Wait, is there no games audio? Oh crap. I'm gonna fix that. Okay, wait. Did you not hear game audio? The audio stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended. Alright, I'll fix that. The stream's gonna disconnect for a second while I fix it.